You are now listening to the What Now podcast with me, your host, E. Everybody, welcome back to the What Now podcast with me, your host, E. I want to thank you guys so much again for coming back for another episode. And I hope you had a great week. I had a busy week, very busy, doing gardening sessions, at work with the kids in my after school program, also doing the social media for my job, which is like newsletter, YouTube, Instagram, not TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, like doing all of that, plus the after school stuff, plus my own gigs and my own, things that I get my coins from. So it's been a very busy week, but I'm thankful that we have made it to another Friday. Hallelujah. I could not get that out. But before we even get into today's topic, into today's episode, I want to do our segment called Who's Up Next? For our segment, Who's Up Next? We have a young lady that I did go to college with, another person I went to college with, by the name of Danehsia. She's on Instagram. Her handle is DANEHSIA. Danehsia, that's her name. She is currently a producer for multiple shows, but her most recent show that she was a producer on was the Housewives of Potomac. Now, she's funny. When I was in college with her, she was hilarious, like a natural born, like, humorous person. And so just to see her work ethic and her living her dreams, fabulous. I love watching people that I know, even if I just knew them in passing, just to know them and see the great things that they're doing. It's awesome and just pushes me even more. So make sure you go follow her and watch her as she tells her story through just random pictures and videos that she posts on her page. All right, so now let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is the 4 things that we need to stop doing during Black History Month. Okay, it's the second week of Black History Month or the third? Let me know. Let's look. I'm looking at my calendar now. It is currently the ending of the third week of Black History Month. And we're just going to run through some things that we need to stop doing as a collective. Because at this point, we are really embarrassing ourselves out here. I'm just eating me some Skittles. But we are really embarrassing ourselves, Miss Thing. And I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Okay? So for number 1, when you have your white friends or your non-black friends around you, and things start to go south very quickly, as they always do because of our skin color, I'm going to need you to make sure that them people around you, if they're black, non-black, and specifically white, make sure that they're ride or dies. Okay? I saw this video. Mind you, the victim was a child, and he was 14, so he's a young teenager. And I get it, they're all kids, but let's just dive into what happened on the video. So it wasn't nothing gruesome, nothing. It was traumatic, but nothing like very, very brutal. It was traumatic though. So it's this young black boy. I forgot his name, but I believe it's somewhere in Texas. Correct me if I'm wrong. You probably have seen the video too. But it's a young boy. He's about 14 years old, I believe. A young black boy. He was at the mall with his friends a few weekends ago, I believe. If not recently, if not like within the past few months, this has happened recently. So he's at the mall with his friends, and the caption stated that he was like confronting a bully that was messing with him and his group of friends or group of peers, whoever he was at the mall with, basically. And so he's talking to him, telling him, get out my face, blah, 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 confronting him. And the white boy who he was confronting pushes him, and they start going at it. Mama, they started going at it. People started backing away. The group that they were with, everybody started backing away. They started fighting over tables and chairs, like the little comfy chairs that they be having at the mall and stuff. And lo and behold, out of nowhere, two white policemen, one is a woman, the other one is a man, and they just but they sprawl and they gather, I guess you could say that, they gather on who? Guess who they gather on, mama? They gather on the black boy, even though there are two individuals fighting. Both of you are older and larger, in a sense, than these two individuals that are fighting, who are both children. They're teenagers. They're children. They are children at the mall. Children having a fight. And you just, without any questioning, without any inquiries, you attack the black boy, put him in handcuffs in less than 5 seconds of you coming up on him. Like, when I tell you they swiftly put him in handcuffs, swiftly. And guess what the white boy was doing? Just standing there looking like, and like, when the white woman cop came up, it's like she touched him as if she was asking him, are you okay? Are you serious, girl? If two people are fighting, I don't care who it is. Both of y'all are getting put in handcuffs, and then we can ask questions. Not just attack one person, and then the other person who is white just, he was attacked. No, mama, he was actually the attacker with his words. He was being a bully. And see, that's y'all problem. Y'all don't never put these little white kids in their place, and then they continue to have these assumptions that, nobody has put me in my place, so I can continue this detrimental behavior, and they grow up to be pussies. The same white men that keep making these laws against your bodies, you white women that keep voting these same white men in power, they grow up from being these little boys who y'all don't check. Okay? So what we need to do is make sure that the friends that you have around you, no matter if they're black, but especially if they're white and non-black, let's make sure they have your back when things go south in a hurry, okay? Let's make sure we do that. Number 2, let's stop being afraid of calling out these white and non-black influencers or celebrities, quotations, in quotations, that gain popularity, fame, what's the word? I don't even know how to say that. Not fandom. Celebrity, that gain celebrity clout and a big bag from using our black culture and AAVE language and just our aesthetic, Stop letting people make you feel like you shouldn't call it out. Because calling it out and making facts known, that's not saying that we want to have these people canceled or have some retribution. It's not that. It's the fact that we need to make sure that we are all on the same page in understanding that the way you act on social media gets you fame, it gets you clout, and it allows you to go up on the social ladder. However, when it comes to black women, black people, black queer people in general, when we act that same way, we get looked upon as ghetto, classless, and ratchet. That's what we get looked at when we have those same characteristics or make those same videos, make those same jokes on social media, using our own culture and language as the foundation. Example. So there's this guy on Instagram and TikTok that I follow. His name is Giirll Green. He's young, like a few years younger than me. He is the first president of, I guess, the student body at Giirll University. And he became famous or well known through his videos on like giving facts about black culture and black history through today's lens, right? And so a recent video he has put out highlighting the fact of non-black and white influencers or social media content creators that use AAVE, like the black culture lingo, like the way we say beach or period, bitch, yes, honey, Miss Thing, Miss Mama, things like that. The way like black queer people, black trans women, black trans men have, and black women have created lingo after lingo after lingo, culture after culture, just things like that. How white and non-black social media content creators have used that to gain fandom and celebrity and a big bag because they have a lighter skin, and when they do it, ooh, they're edgy, ooh, they are it, they are that girl. But when we do it, it's a problem. So Giirll pointed out creators like Landon Romano, I think his name is. I follow him on Instagram. Well, followed. No tea, no shade. And I also follow. Giirll also pointed out Brentman Rock, who I love and adore. But he did make a few factual points about how Landon and Brentman have both used AAVE and the black culture as an aesthetic to gain popularity, celebrity, in a bag, right? And he gave receipts. He gave receipts, mama. He gave receipt after receipt after receipt and showed the video, showed the words that Brentman and Landon were using, the definition, the meaning, where they came from, things like that. And people were getting upset, blah, 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 saying, oh, no, that's not what Brentman was doing. He was doing this from his Filipino and other background, his own culture. It's like, some of that is true, yes. But the way he was saying these words and the way he was saying it and the timing of it, you can't deny that it came from us. You can't, okay? You cannot. You can't. And so I reposted his video on my Instagram, so I was like, talk your shit. Like, talk your shit, mama. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, okay? And it's not like we're trying to cancel him. I'm not trying to cancel Brentman, and I'm sure Giirll is not doing that. We're not trying to cancel them, okay? Because canceling, that does not work. Canceling, it doesn't work. Because my thing is, we cancel somebody, but y'all ain't gonna learn from your mistake. You're gonna keep doing it. The whole point of Giirll making that video is to make sure that we're all in agreement and all on the same footing and understanding that y'all do stuff with your lighter skin as an ally or just as a person who's a part of the queer community, thinking you're an ally, but the way you go about your social media content creation and the way you live out your life, you don't really understand the everyday words that you use, the everyday phrases that you use, and the way you put them together, the way you sashay around, the way you do certain things with your look, no matter what that is. You have to understand where that comes from. 9 times out of 10, it has come from the black community, the black queer community. Let's be clear. The trends, the dances, the nails, the hair, the clothing, the way we put things together, the way we say things, the way we dance. I just said that. But all of this, it comes, most of it, 9 times out of 10, 99.9%, it comes from us. And I will swear you down, mama, it will, and it does. It does. It comes from us. So I think that's the whole point of the video, is to just like calm down, press your brakes. Nobody's trying to cancel you. It's just the fact we all need to understand that half of this stuff comes from us, and y'all like to use it, even if you don't have an ill intent. You need to understand that you using it can have a detrimental effect on us negatively, because you use it, you gain the celebrity and the popularity, but you should see the other side of that same coin. When we do it as the creators of that same thing, we get shunned. We don't get the same opportunities as you, and that just needs to be known. And so that's all for that point. Just don't be afraid to call out people when they're doing something that can be detrimental, and you see that they don't really understand the effect of what they're doing has on the community that has created the thing that they're doing. Excuse me. I'm also drinking because I'm feeling sick. I don't know where the sickness just dropped on in me from, but I'm drinking me some medicine. But anyway, on to number 3. So number 3, oh girl, this right here, we really need to, before I even move on, a favorite podcaster of mine, the Read podcast by Kid Fury and Crystal, they always say this one phrase, and I have always kept that in the back of my head and close to my heart. Words mean things, okay? Let's say that together. Words mean things. I know you're driving. I know you're at work. I want you to say it with me one more time. Words mean things. Yes. And so when we say protect black women, that means something, Miss Girl. That means the women in your life, your mother, your aunt, your daughter, your niece, your goddaughter, your wife, your girlfriend, your mistress, I don't know, your next door neighbor, your principal, the lady that gives you change every time you go into the gas station. Okay? We need to protect them. All right? When you say protect black women, that means protect them at every stage in life and no matter where you go. And so I only bring that up because it's a lot of things been going on with black women, and y'all have not been standing up. Okay? So it was very crazy to me. Not crazy, because I've heard it and I kind of believed it. Just knowing people with money do crazy things. But with T.S. Madison's show, Turnt Out with T.S. Madison on Fox Soul, you guys should tune in. Tuesday this week was the last episode, was the finale episode for her show, T.S. Madison, who I love. But she had a special guest on her show, her finale episode, which was Monique, the comedian. And on that episode, Monique dived deep into the happenings behind how she was blackballed through her interaction with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. And the way she went into the storytelling of how that whole ball of mess happened, it really put into perspective of how we really don't protect black women. Y'all remember that whole, I think, what was that, 2020? That had to be 2020 when we was coming out of the height of the pandemic. Like, we still in the pandemic, but the height of it. Wasn't it 2020? When she came out and said that she was boycotting Netflix and that we all should do the same because they really lowballed her with giving her $500,000 for her comedy special, or potentially giving her $500,000, allegedly, and giving Amy Schumer, like, Monique said she made up to $13 million, over $13 million. It was crazy. It was a crazy amount. And Monique said that Amy Schumer said that she wasn't a legend, but she deserved more money. And Monique said out of her mouth that Netflix said that Monique wasn't a legend, but they were still giving her $500,000. And that's crazy to me. How can you say she a legend, but then you still try to offer her $500,000 when you're giving over $13 million allegedly to Amy Schumer, who had just came out the gate just a few years ago? Monique been in the game 20 plus years, right? So it's just crazy to me. And then to have Oprah and Tyler come on to the movie Precious after it was already done, after it was already going through like the independent movie scene, and come out the gate saying, if you don't, basically, allegedly, they were saying, girl, if you don't help promote this movie, girl, we're going to blackball you. And that's clearly what they did. And it's just crazy how also a whole situation with Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, I understand the way she probably put her words together. Not the best thing to say, but we all knew what she meant. But of course, the way you put words together, what you say, words mean things. So I get that, but to the treatment of her, suspension, and if you don't apologize, and blah blah blah, you don't come back. Compared to how, what's that man named Joe Rogan? Or what's Joe, whatever his name is, from the Spotify situation, where he was saying the N-word, he was saying nigga, like for years on his Spotify podcast, on their platform, and he was able to make $100 million off that for all those times he was just saying the N-word and all these other absurdities. You give this man $100 million on your platform, but then, oh, we're gonna take down these episodes. Girl, you already done gave him a whole bag, and you knew what he was saying on your platform. You know what everybody is saying. You have I'm sure you have hundreds of employees that go through random episodes on a daily basis to make sure that nothing's going on. And I'm sure this is not the first time you heard of complaints from people saying that Joe was saying the N-word and other racial slurs. Like, and it's just the double-sided coin of how black people are treated, specifically black women, compared to other races, but more specifically white men. It's really crazy. And so y'all really got to stand up and really protect black women like you say you want to protect them. All right, we're moving into our fourth and last point that we need to stop and start doing for Black History Month. The last one is, girl, stop congratulating these people that do the bare minimum. Especially as an ally. It's crazy how other people without warrant get the support that they need. And this is not to bump heads with anybody that considers themselves an ally. But at the end of the day, when it comes to black people and all the trauma and all the death that we see on a daily basis, just because the color of our skin is different and darker than most of y'all, y'all got to do more. You got to do more, mama. You have to do more. It's like Black History Month this year. We really need a do-over. We really need a do-over because y'all have been acting out, okay? You want a pat on the back for doing the bare minimum. And I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay? With you doing the bare minimum of posting a picture saying I stand with you, posting a picture of somebody that has passed away because of police brutality, do better. Because you stand up to one white person who is being racist, do better. These one instances of where you do something as an ally, that does not, I repeat, that does not complete the mission, okay? That's a life thing. If we don't get this in our heads that it's a life thing, nothing's going to end. So y'all need to stop congratulating these people that do the bare minimum. Girl, that's all you can do? I'm over it. It has to be more. It has to be more that you got to do. Because, girl, I can't. Oh, my candy. I can't. So, if you got people in your life that's claim they're an ally, they're going to need to put some gusto behind it, mama. Okay? They're going to need to put some fervor behind it. We need more from our allies. We're tired of doing the work. We're tired. Girl, if we could leave this planet, I'm sure most of us would. Okay? And go somewhere else that we appreciate that. But right now, that's not a possibility. So what I'm going to need you as an ally to do more. Do more. Do more. Okay? Do more, mama. Well, you guys, that is all the 4 points that we need to start and stop doing for Black History Month. Like I said, don't be afraid to call people out. It's not that you're canceling them, especially when you come with facts. Facts. It's just the fact that we all need to be on the same footing in understanding that there's a two-sided coin, a double-edged sword, whatever you want to call it, when it comes to black colloquialisms and black language and lingo and culture versus when we use it versus when other people that are not black use it. And I really want us as black people to come together, and that's the only time that we're going to be able to really defeat, or not even defeat, just really maintain our peace and tranquility in our minds, is not going against other people because of their differences, especially in your own community, i.e. black men going against black trans women, i.e. black women going against black gay men because they're gay or trans. Like, it's time to let that go. Stop using the same stop using the same tactics that white people tend to use. Not all white people, some white people or non-black people. Stop using the same tactics and things that they use in our community, because it doesn't progress us. It does not, and it doesn't suit us for anything. It doesn't benefit us. So that's really all I really wanted to get through with this episode, is to really come together and make sure that we are one, and that all our differences really just makes us better with coming together and understanding one another. Yeah, that's what we got for the What Now segment. Just put the differences to the side, because, I mean, you're going to be different from anybody. That's life. Just maintain your peace, maintain your tranquility, don't bite your tongue for anyone, and live your best life, sis. sir, bro, whatever you want to be called. Live your best life. As the black queen and king and queen you are. Okay? Well, y'all, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a great day today. I'm about to go do this live that I have to do on this app. Oh, before I go, make sure you guys follow me on the app called Super Great. I am getting a coin, a pretty nice coin from going live on there. I'm going live tonight, which is Thursday tonight. I'm going live at 9, and I'll most likely go live next week on Thursday at 9 as well. So make sure you follow me on the app called Super Great. I'll be beating my face and, chit-chatting with y'all. Also, make sure you follow this podcast on Instagram, TWN Podcast on Instagram, and the What Now Podcast on YouTube. And make sure you follow me personally, but not in real life, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Depop at House of Ebon, HAUSOFEBON. And I will make sure to put all the information that I talked about in today's episode in the episode description. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode. I love you all, and I'm out. Bye.